Ladies and gentlemen, it's a pleasure to stand before you today. I want to begin by asking you a simple but profound question. How many times in your life have you found yourself waiting for an opportunity to come your way? Waiting for the right moment, the right person, or the right circumstances to align before you take action. Well, I have a truth to share with you today. Stop waiting. Don't wait for opportunity to find you. The truth is, opportunity doesn't just show up on its own. You have to create it. I know it's a hard truth for some of us to hear because we've been taught to wait for the right time, to wait for the doors to open. But I'm here to tell you that you are the one who must open the doors. You are the one who must walk through them. You are the one who must create the opportunities you seek. The myth of waiting for opportunity. There is a myth that many of us have been conditioned to believe, and it's a myth that has held countless people back from reaching their true potential. It's the myth of waiting for opportunity. We often hear people say, "I'll wait until the right time. I'll wait until I have the perfect conditions," or "I'll wait until I'm more prepared." We have been told that opportunity comes when the stars align, when we are ready, and when the situation is ideal. But let me tell you something, opportunity does not wait for you to be ready. In fact, it's often the case that you need to create your own opportunities. Opportunity doesn't simply knock on your door, it's a door that you have to build. A path you must carve out, and a moment you need to seize. Waiting for the perfect moment is one of the biggest mistakes we make in life. It's an excuse that we hide behind because we're afraid of taking risks, afraid of failing, and ultimately afraid of taking action. We wait for the right conditions, for the stars to align, but the truth is, the perfect moment never arrives. There will always be challenges, there will always be obstacles, and there will always be reasons to hesitate. But guess what? Those who succeed don't wait for perfect conditions. They create them. They turn adversity into opportunity, setbacks into lessons, and delays into motivation. Success is not waiting for life to give you what you want. It's about stepping into life and taking what you need. Think about the great achievers in history. They didn't wait for opportunities to come to them, they created them. Thomas Edison didn't wait for the invention of the light bulb to simply fall into his lap. He worked tirelessly, failed thousands of times, and turned each failure into a stepping stone towards success. Oprah Winfrey didn't wait for a job in television to fall from the sky. She worked her way up from nothing, faced rejection, and crafted her own path to greatness. They didn't sit around waiting for the right time. They took action and made the time right. They didn't wait for permission to succeed. They gave themselves permission. Waiting for opportunity is a passive mindset. It's an excuse to procrastinate, to put off doing what needs to be done today. The myth of waiting makes us feel comfortable in our inaction, but comfort is not where greatness lies. Greatness is born in discomfort, in pushing yourself beyond the familiar, and in breaking through barriers that once seemed insurmountable. If you're waiting for a sign, let this be your sign to stop waiting. Start creating, start acting, start moving forward with what you have where you are, with the knowledge and resources you have right now. Stop letting fear control your actions, and stop using waiting as an excuse for not stepping into your purpose. You have all the power you need inside you to make things happen. You have the ability to take the first step, even when you're uncertain of the path ahead. Waiting will never bring you the answers. Only action will do that. Only doing will reveal the lessons, the growth, and the opportunities that are hidden in the process. And here's the most beautiful thing about it: as you take action, you'll start to see that opportunity wasn't something you were waiting for. It was something you were creating all along. So today, I challenge you to stop waiting for the perfect opportunity. Take a look around you right now. There's an opportunity in every corner of your life. It might not be the opportunity you envisioned, but it's an opportunity nonetheless. The real question is, are you willing to step up and take it? Are you willing to stop waiting for everything to align perfectly and instead take action in spite of the challenges? The moment you decide that you won't wait any longer is the moment when everything begins to change. Opportunity is not something that comes to those who wait. It's something that comes to those who act, those who rise up and create it. Don't be fooled by the myth of waiting for the perfect moment. The perfect moment is now. The perfect opportunity is the one you make for yourself by taking the first step. So stop waiting, start creating. Your time is now. In the power of vision and purpose. The power of vision and purpose is unlike anything else we can experience in life. It is the driving force that propels us forward, the compass that guides our every step, and the light that pushes us to achieve what we once thought was impossible. Too often we are distracted by the noise of the world, the challenges and the uncertainties, forgetting that the path to greatness begins with a clear and powerful vision. When you understand your purpose, when you align your life with it, you become unstoppable. Vision is the ability to see beyond what is, to look past your current circumstances and imagine something greater. It is the mental picture of where you want to be, the picture that becomes more vivid and detailed as you progress on your journey. Your vision is the dream that wakes you up in the morning with excitement, that fills you with passion even when times are tough. When you hold a vision, you can create a life full of possibility because you know where you're headed. The world may try to knock you down, but if you have a vision, you will rise up every time knowing that your destination is worth the journey. Purpose, on the other hand, is the reason why you pursue that vision. It is the deep-rooted belief that what you are doing matters, that it serves a greater good, that it has meaning beyond just you. Purpose gives you the strength to keep going even when obstacles seem insurmountable. It is the fuel that keeps your fire burning even when the winds of life try to blow it out. Without purpose, vision can feel like a dream that never quite takes shape. Purpose is what turns vision into action. It makes your vision not just something you dream about, but something you work towards every single day. Think about the greatest achievements in history. Every single one of them was born from a vision, and it was sustained by a sense of purpose. From the groundbreaking discoveries of scientists to the powerful movements of social change, all of these were created by individuals who dared to dream of a world different from the one they knew. They didn't just have a vision, they understood their purpose in achieving it. They knew why it mattered, and that understanding gave them the strength to push through every difficulty and keep going when the odds were stacked against them. This is why it is so important to define your own vision and purpose. When you understand who you are and what you stand for, everything becomes clearer. You stop chasing after things that don't matter, and you start focusing on what truly moves your soul. Your purpose becomes your filter, helping you make decisions that align with your highest values. It turns your daily actions into steps towards something meaningful, and every setback becomes just another lesson in the process of becoming the person you were meant to be. But vision and purpose are not something you find overnight. They are not something that can be handed to you. They require deep reflection, courage, and a willingness to explore what lies beyond the surface of everyday life. Sometimes it's easy to get caught up in the busyness of the world, in the distractions that keep us from thinking about our true calling. But it is in those moments of stillness, in the quiet, when we look within ourselves, that we find the answers we've been seeking all along. Don't be afraid to dream big. Don't be afraid to set goals that challenge you, that push you to become better, to rise above the challenges you face. Your vision should be bold enough to make you feel both excited and a little scared at the same time. That's when you know you're onto something that matters. And your purpose, it should be so deeply ingrained in your soul that no matter how many failures you encounter, no matter how many doors slam shut, you keep going. Because you know that the journey is worth it. In life, we can either drift aimlessly or we can live with intention. The difference is the clarity of your vision and the strength of your purpose. Vision gives you direction, purpose gives you the determination to keep moving forward. When you have these two forces working in your life, you become a force to be reckoned with. You become someone who doesn't just go through the motions of life, but someone who actively shapes their future. And when you walk with vision and purpose, you don't just achieve your goals, you inspire others to do the same. So, take a moment and ask yourself, what is your vision? What is your purpose? What drives you? And then go after it with everything you have. Understanding the role of action and persistence in our journey through life, there is one constant that we must all embrace if we ever hope to achieve success, and that is the power of action. Dreams, goals, and aspirations are wonderful things to have, but without the commitment to act on them, they are nothing more than mere fantasies. It is through action that we turn our visions into reality. But there is another critical component to success: persistence. The ability to keep moving forward even when the road is tough is what separates those who succeed from those who falter. Together, action and persistence create a powerful synergy that can propel you towards your greatest achievements. Too often we underestimate the impact of taking even the smallest steps towards our goals. We get caught in the trap of overthinking, doubting ourselves, and waiting for the perfect moment to begin. But let me tell you something, there will never be a perfect moment. The moment to act is now. You don't need to wait for everything to align perfectly, because in truth, nothing ever will. You just need to start, even if the first step feels uncertain. Every small effort you make is an investment in your future success. Action is more than just physical movement, it is a mindset. It is the decision to refuse to sit idly by and wait for things to happen. When you take action, you are actively choosing to take control of your life and your destiny. It's about being willing to try, to risk, and to fail if necessary. And in those failures, you will find invaluable lessons that will guide you towards success. Each time you act, you are building momentum. And this momentum is what keeps you moving forward when things get difficult. But action alone is not enough. To truly achieve something meaningful, you must add persistence to the equation. The road to success is rarely a straight path. There will be obstacles, challenges, and times when it feels like your efforts aren't yielding the results you desire. It's easy to get discouraged during these moments. But remember, persistence is the key that unlocks the door to your success. Persistence is about resilience. It's about getting up after every setback and continuing to move forward even when the journey feels exhausting. The difference between those who succeed and those who give up is not talent, but the ability to keep going when times are tough. Persistence isn't just about pushing through the easy days, it's about staying committed even when everything seems to be working against you. When you continue to act day after day, even when the results aren't immediately visible, you are laying the foundation for something great. Some of the most successful people in the world have faced countless rejections and failures before they achieved their goals. They weren't necessarily the most gifted, the most talented, or the most intelligent. What they had above all else was persistence. They kept pushing, kept moving forward, and never allowed their setbacks to define them. Their persistence is what led them to greatness. Understand that success is not an overnight phenomenon. It is the product of consistent action over time. The more you act, the more you refine your approach, the more you learn from your mistakes. With persistence, you adapt, grow, and become stronger. Every time you overcome an obstacle, you build the mental and emotional fortitude necessary to tackle even greater challenges ahead. This is the true power of persistence. It molds you into someone who is capable of achieving more than they ever thought possible. You must also understand that persistence isn't about blindly repeating the same actions over and over again. It's about learning, evolving, and adjusting your approach when necessary. If something isn't working, take a step back, reflect, and recalibrate. But never, ever stop. Keep the faith in yourself, in your vision, and in the process. Action is the spark that ignites your journey, and persistence is the fuel that keeps the fire burning. You may face times when it feels like the world is against you. You might question your abilities, your worth, or your dreams. But in those moments, remember, this persistence is not about waiting for the storm to pass. It's about learning to dance in the rain. It's about finding strength when you feel weak, hope when you feel despair, and courage when you are afraid. It is in the moments of struggle that you discover your true potential. It is in the moments of uncertainty that you uncover the resilience within you. The world doesn't always reward the fastest or the easiest path, but it always rewards those who are willing to work for what they want. Action and persistence are the building blocks of success. When you combine them, you create an unstoppable force. Keep taking action, keep pushing forward, and keep showing up no matter what. The life you desire is waiting for you on the other side of your perseverance. So I challenge you today to take that first step. Don't wait. Don't make excuses. Don't let fear or doubt hold you back. Commit to action, commit to persistence, and watch as you transform your dreams into something tangible, something real, something extraordinary. The journey is tough, but with action and persistence, you can achieve more than you ever thought possible. Your future is in your hands, and it begins with the first step you take today. Seeing beyond the status quo. We live in a world that often encourages us to conform to a predetermined path, one that has been established by tradition, by society, and by the expectations of others. From a young age, we are taught to follow a set of rules, to fit into boxes, and to live within the boundaries of what's considered normal or acceptable. But I challenge you today to think beyond the status quo. I ask you to take a step back and question everything you've ever been told about what you can or cannot achieve, about who you should or should not be, and about how far you can or cannot go. The status quo, while comfortable, is often a cage, one that limits us and prevents us from seeing the vast potential that lies ahead. It tells us that there is only one way to live, one way to succeed, and one way to be happy. But let me tell you this: true success, true fulfillment, and true greatness are not found in following the status quo. They are found in breaking free from the chains of mediocrity and daring to see beyond what everyone else sees. To see beyond the status quo is to tap into the power of vision, the ability to look at the world not as it is, but as it could be. Visionaries don't settle for what's in front of them. They imagine what could be. They see possibilities that others overlook, and they take steps toward them even when the road is unclear. They understand that the future is not a fixed destination, but a blank canvas awaiting their masterpiece. If you want to create something meaningful in this world, you must first see beyond the ordinary, beyond what is accepted, beyond the limits that others have placed on you. But to see beyond the status quo requires courage. It requires the courage to dream bigger than the expectations set for you. It takes courage to step off the beaten path and walk into the unknown, to defy what others may think is impossible. And this courage is not found outside of you. It is within you, waiting to be awakened. It is found in your willingness to believe in your potential, in your ability to rise above the ordinary, and in your power to create a life that truly reflects who you are and who you're meant to be. There is no greater tragedy than to live a life constrained by the opinions, fears, and doubts of others. The world is full of people who have settled for what's easy, who have accepted what's comfortable, and who have surrendered their dreams for the sake of conformity. But those who change the world, those who leave an indelible mark, are the ones who refuse to be confined by the status quo. They are the ones who dare to question the rules, to challenge the norms, and to push the boundaries of what's possible. When you decide to see beyond the status quo, you must also be prepared to face resistance. People will doubt you. They will call you unrealistic. They will try to pull you back into the safety of the familiar. But this resistance is not a sign that you're on the wrong path. It's a sign that you're on the right one. Greatness is never easy to achieve. And if you aren't facing opposition, you might not be pushing hard enough. Keep going. Keep dreaming. Keep believing in the possibilities that lie ahead, even when no one else does. Seeing beyond the status quo also means embracing change. The world around us is constantly evolving. Technology, culture, science, and society are all in a state of flux. The status quo may offer a sense of stability, but it also keeps us stuck in outdated ways of thinking and doing. Those who see beyond the status quo are not afraid to adapt, to innovate, and to lead change. They understand that in order to grow, to move forward, and to build a better future, we must be willing to let go of the old and embrace the new. Change is the doorway to opportunity, and those who are willing to step through it will be the ones who shape the future. We are not meant to simply accept the way things are. We are meant to create new possibilities. We are meant to break through barriers, to challenge the status quo, and to blaze new trails for those who come after us. Every great innovation in history, from the discovery of electricity to the invention of the internet, began with someone who refused to accept things as they were. They saw a world full of untapped potential, and they dared to imagine a future that was different, better, and brighter. So I encourage you today to look beyond what is in front of you. Don't just settle for the path that everyone else is walking. Look at the horizon and imagine a world where your dreams are not only possible but inevitable. Picture yourself living a life that is authentic, that is aligned with your deepest values and desires, and that is filled with purpose and fulfillment. And when you see that vision, don't just stand there. Take action, move forward, break free from the limits you've placed on yourself, and create a reality that is bigger, bolder, and more extraordinary than anything the status quo could ever offer. The future is yours to shape. But you must first decide to see beyond the status quo. You must decide to rise above the noise, to listen to your inner calling, and to trust that you have everything within you to make your dreams a reality. The world needs more people who are willing to break free, who are willing to dream big, and who are willing to make the impossible possible. That person is you. The question is, will you have the courage to step into that vision, to go beyond what you've been told is possible, and to create the future you deserve? Leveraging your gifts and talents. Today we gather to discuss a fundamental truth, the power of leveraging your gifts and talents. Every single one of us has been endowed with unique abilities, qualities, and insights that, when fully recognized and developed, can change the world. But so many of us live without realizing the extraordinary potential that lies within us. We walk through life unaware of the treasures we carry, and as a result, we often fail to tap into the immense power of those gifts. It's time for a shift, time to understand that your talents are not random. They were given to you for a purpose. It's important to recognize that your gifts are not just for you. They are meant to be shared. You weren't designed to live in isolation or to operate in a vacuum. Your gifts exist to serve the world. Whether you're a great communicator, an artist, a leader, a problem solver, or someone who makes people feel seen and heard, each of these gifts has value. The world is crying out for your contribution, but it starts with you. It starts with you deciding to recognize your worth, to step into the power that lies within you, and to understand that your talents are not just hobbies or side pursuits, they are tools to create something meaningful. Too often we let fear hold us back. We wonder, who am I to take this step, or what if I fail? But the truth is, the only failure is in not trying. When you operate in your gifts, you step into your truest self. You allow your authenticity to shine through. This is not about perfection or about meeting anyone's expectations. It's about showing up as the best version of yourself, using what you have been given to make a difference. Your gift doesn't need to be the same as anyone else's. It only needs to be true to who you are. Let me remind you, there is no limit to what you can achieve when you embrace your gifts fully. You were not made to be small, you were made to impact the world. The people who have changed the course of history were not necessarily the ones with the most resources or the best circumstances. They were the ones who understood and embraced their gifts and took action on them. When you leverage your gifts, you create an energy that propels you forward even in the face of adversity. You are capable of so much more than you may realize right now. It's not about waiting for the right time. The right time is now. Opportunities will not just show up at your door, they are waiting for you to step into your greatness. Imagine what you could accomplish if you fully embraced who you are. What could you build? What impact could you make? The world is waiting for you to take your place. Your talents are not for someone else to benefit from, they are yours, but they are meant to be shared. I know that at times it's easy to look at others and feel like their success is something that is out of your reach. We all have our insecurities, our doubts, our fears. But the truth is, success is not about competing with others. It's about being the best version of yourself. It's about finding your unique path and walking it with confidence. The world is not asking you to be anyone else. It's asking you to show up as the person you were born to be. And that person has so much to offer. Embracing your gifts requires action. It requires moving beyond the comfort zone and stepping into the unknown. It requires a willingness to fail, to get up again, and to keep going. But every step forward brings you closer to the person you were meant to be. The road may not always be easy, but it will be worth it. Because the moment you begin to leverage your gifts is the moment you step into your purpose. We all have the potential to do something great. But greatness doesn't happen by chance, it happens by choice. It happens when you decide to stop playing small, to stop hiding your gifts, and to start sharing them with the world. The world needs your unique contribution. Don't let it go to waste. Find your gift, embrace it, and start using it today. There is no better time than now. As I close today, I want you to remember this one simple truth. Opportunity is not a gift that falls into your lap. It is a creation that comes from your willingness to take action, to be persistent, and to have the courage to step into the unknown. You don't have to wait for the perfect moment, the perfect conditions, or the perfect circumstances. You already have everything you need to create your own opportunities. The vision, the talent, the potential, it's all within you. The only thing standing between you and the success you desire is your decision to act.so. Don't wait for life to happen to you. Make life happen for you. Start today, start now, and create the opportunities that will define your tomorrow. Remember, your future is not out there waiting for you. It is waiting for you to create it. You have the power to create the life you desire. The question is, what are you waiting for?